Hello guys, welcome to another screencast for this week. And we already learned about slope and how to find the slope from a line and from a table. And in this one, we will learn how to find the x and y intercepts from a graph and also from an equation and table. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Here are our vocab for today. We have x-intercept, y-intercept, slope-intercept form. We will cover that in another screencast, just so we do not make this one too long. Where the line touch the x-axis. So for example, here's the y-axis, here's the x-axis, and if I have a graph that's doing that's going like this. Alright, so this point right here will be my y-intercept, and this point right here will be the x-intercept, because this is where the line touches the x-axis. So again, the y-intercept is where the line touches the y-axis, and the x-intercept is where the line touches the x-axis. So we have this formula right here. You guys have to become familiar with. It is ax plus by is equal to c, and here this is called the standard form. We will use it in this video lesson to find the x and y intercept. Alright, so here we have a line written in standard form for x minus 3y is equal to 12, and we need to find the x-intercept and we need to find the y-intercept. Alright, so first thing we're going to do in the equation, we are going to find the x-intercept. Now to find the x-intercept, we just replace y with 0. Alright, so here we have for x minus 3y equal 12, we are going to replace y with 0. So again, on a graph, if we need to find the x-intercept, this point right here is going to be x comma 0. Alright, because 0 right here is where the line is touching. For the y-intercept, it's going to be 0 comma y, because right here on x it will be 0 and y, and then the y. So here over here on the y it's 0, so that's why we are replacing y with 0. And then we just basically solve this like a two-step equation for x. So here we end up, now this disappears because negative 3 times 0 is 0, so we are left with 4x is equal to 12, and we divide both sides by 4, so x here will be 3. Okay, so here x is 3. Now let's go ahead and find the y-intercept. So to find the y-intercept, we are just going to replace x with 0. Alright, and in this case, 4 times 0 is 0, so I'm going to be left with negative 3y is equal to 12, and we'll divide both sides by negative 3, and y will be negative 4. So that means the y-intercept is negative 4. Okay, so go ahead. Now let's take a look at it from a graph point of view when we graph it. So here we find our x-intercept was 3 0, so that will be 3 0 right here, and the y-intercept was negative 4, so that means I'm going to put a point at negative 4 right here and a point at positive 3, and then from there we just graph. So again, this was the x-intercept, and this one right here is the y-intercept, and all we have to do is basically put the points there and then graph the line. Okay, so go ahead and do this one. Alright, so go ahead and do this one. First thing you need to do, you don't have to graph it because I won't be able to see, but you can go ahead and try to graph it yourself. So go ahead and find me the first, we need to find the x-intercept, and then after that we will find the y-intercept. Okay, so go ahead and pause, come back and get the answer. Alright, welcome back. So here we have the x-intercept is 3 and the y-intercept is -4. Let's go ahead and solve it so we can see. So first thing we're going to do is solve for the x-intercept. So remember, when we're trying to find x, we just replace y with 0. So it's going to be 8x minus 6 times 0 is equal to 24, and -6 times 0 is 0, so I'm left here with 8x is equal to 24, and divide both sides by 8, and my x-intercept here will be 3 like we saw right here. Let's do the y-intercept on this side. Alright, so it says we need to find y in this case, so now we are going to replace x with 0. Now 8 times 0 is 0, so we're left with -6y is equal to 24. Please do not forget your negative sign. And here we'll divide both sides by -6, and the y-intercept will be -4. Alright, very easy. It's about solving two-step equation in this case to find the x and the y-intercept. Alright, and then here is the graph when we graph it. Alright, so we have +3 on the x-axis and -4 on the y-axis, and then we just connect the dots. Alright, let's go ahead and see what's the meaning of the x and the y-intercept, what they can tell us once we look at them on the graph. Alright, so here's a scenario. At the beginning of each school year, Principal Sowell stocks the teacher's supply closet with new erasers. The graph below shows the change in number of erasers in the equation closet over time, and we have the relationship can be represented by the equation y equal -half of x plus 40. Alright, so first of all, why do you think the slope of this line is negative? Okay, so here it is negative because it's decreasing, right? So people start using the erasers, so the number of erasers will start decreasing over time as time goes on. Alright, so here first thing we need to do is to graph it. So just by looking at the equation, I know we haven't really covered that yet, that's next lesson. This right here is your y-intercept. Alright, so as we can see right here, 40 will be our y-intercept and 80 will be our x-intercept. Alright, if we want to represent this using the coordinates points, so this right here will be 0, 40 for the y, and the x will be at 80, 0. Alright, so it is 80 on x and 0 on y. This one is 0 on x, alright, and 40 on y. So what do you think this is the y-intercept here is telling us? Alright, so basically the y-intercept here in this scenario, this, remember the y-intercept, the y is the number of erasers in the closet, so, and the x is the time of day. So if I look here at 0 time, okay, that means when we first put them there, alright, school haven't started yet, it's the beginning of school, so at 0 time, 0 days, we started with 40. So basically it's telling us that we are starting with 40 erasers. That's what the y-intercept here is telling us. And if we look at the x-intercept, it's telling us that after 80 days, then we have what? 0 erasers. So after 80 days, the erasers are gone. Alright, so here it is. So the y-intercept shows how many erasers are in the closet when time equals 0. So that means in the beginning, before the teacher start taking them out. And then the x-intercept let us know that it took 80 days for the erasers to go down to 0, for them to completely run out. Okay, well, that was, now I want you guys to go ahead and try this one. And I want you to first find me the x-intercept and the y-intercept looking at the graph, and then tell me what it means. Okay, pause and then come back and get the answer. Alright, welcome back. So here you have the graph at the right shows the relationship between time and temperature of a solution during a chemical reaction. So here we have, or first of all, let's take a look at the y-intercept. So the y-intercept here is -4. Alright, so if we want to take a look at it at points, it's 0, -4. Alright, so basically what this means is that at the start of the chemical reaction, the solution, whatever solution we started with, the temperature was already at -4. Okay, in the beginning of the reaction, the temperature started at -4, and then the y-intercept, which is right here at 5. So the x-intercept in this case is this point right here is 5, 0. So the time right here, the x-intercept shows that after 5 minutes, it took 5 minutes for the temperature during that chemical reaction to reach 0. Okay, so after 5 minutes, the temperature was 0. It took 5 minutes for the temperature to reach 0. Okay, so we will be doing some more of this practice in class, and also you guys will be able to see how to do it on the test. That was it for today. Now next time, part 2 is going to be on slope-intercept form, which I'm not going to include in this lesson, so that way it's not too long. Alright, so I'll see you guys in class. We'll have a quiz first thing in the morning. Have a good one. Bye bye.